and Chatis. I'm Alia.
I'm Aida.
And I'm Joel. G'day.
Getting people to respect and adhere information security systems require various approaches.
The most vital approach in an organization comes from the top management. Firstly, awareness is one of the key factors that should be taken into consideration before implementing any security measures. The business leader himself needs to have the awareness that by having information security is an investment, not a cost, because it will give economic benefit to the company, such as it will enhance the confidentiality of the business data. Only by awareness will he implement the best type of security suited for the company according to the financial budget and the nature of the business, or he can implement a better type of security if there is some weakness with the previous measures that exist in the organization. Secondly, after implementing the system, it is important to have some communication between the top management, security professionals, and also the workers. Business unit leaders and top management should actively be involved in heading information security projects and should make key decisions in this area, while the implementation could be left to the security personnel.
Thank you to Alia. Now I'm going to talk about education in order to maintain information security measure. There are 2 points that I would like to highlight on the behalf of education, which are training and practicing. It is very important for the business to know what is their objective. This is to ensure that the training program that was given to the employee are relevant for the use of the business. Referring back to the aim of the training itself is to strive to produce relevant and needed security skill among the employee so that the skill and the knowledge of the employee can be upgraded. Besides that, ethics is also one of the elements that should be included in the training program. It will influence to increase the awareness of the people in the organization. Now I'm going to talk about my second point, which is practicing. After undergo the training program, the employee should continue practice what have they gained from the program. This is to increase effectiveness in order to improve information security measure. Now I would like to share one of the institutions which are providing this kind of education, which is Kennesaw State University Center. This center is providing education on the information security and also help increase awareness and serve to direct individual to the appropriate education and training.
After the establishment of an information system security policy and education of the people of an organization comes the enforcement of the measures or the policy.
How are guidelines and policy enforced?
There are a number of ways that guidelines and policies are forced within organizations. It is vital that organizations use access controls. Access control ensures individuals have the least amount of access to information systems necessary to carry out their authorized activities.
What type of access control are used?
So there's physical measures, and these include locks, security guards, badges, biometric systems, and these are used to block unauthorized access to computers, related equipment, and the organization's processing facility itself.
How else?
Desktop security measures are also effective. These measures include automatic data backup systems in case something serious does go wrong or malicious activity does occur, passwords and other forms of authentication. And as part of that, automated requirement to update passwords is used, a requirement to use strong passwords, and giving access rights to databases and information systems based on an employee's roles. And there's also a lot of software that's available for encryption purposes.
Are there any other key ways to enforce information system security policies?
Another way is by creating punishments for non-adherence to security policies. In 1995 in China, a computer hacker was executed after being found guilty of embezzling $200,000 from a national bank. This would certainly be a deterrent for other hackers in China. In Australia, most breaches of security policy would probably warrant a warning for non-compliance or perhaps dismissal or deferral to police. It is also important to note that there is always a trade-off between security and productivity. For instance, if an employee is required to gain manager approval for the smallest decisions, the manager's time and organisation's resources are wasted.
Okay, now we will move on to the last point, which is organization also have to inform their business partners and also vendors about the security measures.
So what consideration should an organisation have when dealing with business partners?
The business have to consider the security ramifications when using the same network with the business partners or vendor. For example, they should practice care and caution for every time they done the same job using the same network.
How about shared data, which is also used by external parties?
Okay, for that case, organizations have to monitor the data practices of the business partners, and they have to make sure that the data used comply with the company's policies. This is really important as any actions from them are highly related with the business, and there is a big potential for anything done by them will affect the organization badly.
Should organisations have a specific inter-organisational policy?
Yes, that is a good idea. The business have to consider a policy for the business partners and also vendors. For example, company expects partner or vendors to ensure that its security policies are consistent with and do not compromise company's protection of personally identifiable information in any way. So the last point is company also should inform all business partners and service providers that handle the organization personally identifiable information of their responsibility to ensure that their policies, procedures, and also the practices maintain a level of security consistent with the company's applicable information security policies.
So, in conclusion, to get people in an organization to respect and adhere to information security measures, a number of steps can be taken. Senior management are an essential starting point in the process.
This can be followed by the education and training of workers by providing knowledge and awareness among them.
After we make the relevant policies, provide education and training, the enforcement of policies is important to make sure security measures are adhered to.
And yeah, finally, the measures must be promoted and agreed to with external parties and vendors. That's all from us. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.